Oh, I almost upset the tripod. I almost knocked it down. How are you guys? Tea time with Chala. Wait, I'm gonna drink it. Oh, of course. Okay, this is not going well, you guys. Hold on, I'm dripping everywhere. I just dripped it all over my iPad. Just hold me, hold. Okay, you guys, this is truly live. Like, how ridiculous. I don't even know if we're gonna edit that part. But yeah, so the tea bag is half out. I don't know what the heck happened. It's all over the carpet. Luckily, there's no milk or anything in it. Like, how many times have I done this? I think I've done this twice. Okay, I am back. Sorry. Let me say something that's of value to you now. Okay, I was gonna take a little sip, and then we had a little accident. Okay, now I can start. Okay, this is Chala Dinkoy, CEO and founder of The Repositioning Expert. This is my first live into the new group, the CEO Society. Welcome, everyone. Since you're coming in from any other group or from my old group, or you're just new to us, welcome. It's so wonderful to have you here. We're gonna do exciting stuff. It's a different kind of group. We're looking for a very specific kind of growth-driven, highly enthusiastic, highly engaged, and visible kind of person to join this group. We wanted to make sure that we were very, very strict in who we allow. So if you feel like that's the right match for you, we're gonna be doing a lot of projects together. We're gonna be doing a lot of education together. Everything I do is interactive. And so that's why we wanted to shake things up and regroup, reformat things, and hopefully this is exactly what you're looking for. You're the right match, and that's why you're here. And so welcome again. So today's Tuesday Tea Time with Chala is about the 5 reasons why you can't focus your business. In other words, why you can't pick a niche. So the fastest way I know of how to grow your business is to shrink your focus in the moment so that you have all your direction, all of your attention, all of your communication to one specific area, one specific industry or interest group, one niche, and then you can go gangbusters after them, and you can grow, and it'll be a match made in heaven until you saturate that market, and then you go move on to the next one. So I wanted to tell you why I see so many businesses that are not doing this. They're not able to do it. They're not willing to do it. So I've put together a whole bunch of lists of reasons, of 5 specific reasons that I see over and over again of why a business cannot focus down in order to grow. And this came to mind because just like all of the topics and the content that I blog about, that I do videos and live training on, it came up. It came up with a client. It came up with the client's team where initially they were against niching. They pushed back on all the work that she and I had done on the niching. And then after, we had a full 3-hour session of exploring exactly how to target and message to and market to an audience. They were, fans. I had converted them. I had convinced them that the fastest way to grow is to focus. So here are some of the reasons if you yourself are finding either yourself or your team reluctant to do that. And that's why people hire me, is if they're convinced that they need to figure out how to focus, or they need to figure out the niche, or they need to figure out how to message better and how to target better. At the end of the day, it's all because you need more sales, because you need more growth. So here are some of the red flags to look for, and why some of the reasons why you can't focus. So the first one is, well, before we get there, actually, I wanted to give you some examples of clients that were able to focus and what their results were. So the company that I always talk about is my pride and joy, is my IT client, the IT company that went from having no revenue in this super niche to creating the super niche out of scratch, and then developing a super niche which was extremely focused on one industry and one pain point, and creating $805,000 within a couple of months from that super niche. And basically we did the research, and they found out through the research that I taught them how to do, is that there is something called there is a problem in the healthcare industry where you're calling their call centers and they're being put on hold for too long. And so we developed a sub-brand called On Hold Rescue, and they marketed that. Within a very quick couple of months, they were able to capitalize on that super niche and made $805,000. Another example is a leadership coach client who had been quite generic about all the leadership issues that she helped. And when we focused into a niche of helping small manufacturing companies of 300 people or less, and helping them become decision-making experts, because the number one problem in manufacturing plants of that size was deferring decisions, and nobody was able to make a decision. And so the top levels of management would constantly be putting out fires. So she became a decision-making coach. And as a result, she was able to get way easier into meetings with decision makers, invite them into roundtables. She now had a platform, she now had a message, she now had something specific and different to talk to people about, and it worked for her. And the last example that I want to give you around a focusing and niching success is my client who owned a marketing consulting company similar to mine. And we focused him into becoming an expert in getting small food manufacturers listed in grocery stores, because that was the number one problem. And he went from 0 to 6 or 7 new 5-figure sales in the first year that he did this new niching. So that's what's available to you if you're able to do this niching, if you're able to focus, if you're able to find the way, find the direction, find the right niche, and stop resisting this whole niching phenomenon. So here's the 5 reasons why you're resisting. One is the fear of missing out. Yes, the fear of missing out is not just something that you find that when you see your neighbors, vacationing in Mexico, and you feel like you're missing out. That's not all it's about. The fear of missing out is really related to the second reason. I just got a call. Related to the second reason why people are not niching is really the scarcity mentality. So the fear of missing out is, if I'm serving just this part of the market, what am I going to do if I get calls from the other part of the market? How am I not going to serve them? And the answer to that is, I'm not telling you not to do that. You can continue to serve anybody you like, especially if you're trying to make a quick revenue. You can continue to work with anyone and everyone. What I'm suggesting is that your niche strategy holds for the next 3 to 6 months for an outbound strategy, so that when you're doing outreach, when you're doing marketing, you actually have a direction, a focus, and a strategy around one target, a much more focus. So that's the fear of missing out, is you don't ever have to miss out, because this is just incremental. It's just temporary. It could be a test, but at least we're doing it strategically. And if it works, you can do it over and over again into different industries, or you can continue and pivot your entire company to that one industry, okay? Without spilling anything else. It's a good thing I've got that wet carpet cleaner now, although it took me a long time to figure out how it works. I think I'm gonna have to use it on that piece of the carpet. Okay. Reason number 2 of why you can't focus your business and pick a niche is the scarcity mentality. And again, the scarcity mentality is, if I focus on 50% of the population, like let's say women, well, why shouldn't I get more? Wouldn't I get more from the other 50? So am I not cutting off my income stream if I focus on only one part of the market? And it's just not true. If you look at any success story, if you look at any industry, in any point of time, the fastest successes were very niched. They had a very clear identity of who they help and what they help with. And the less clear you are, the more people that you try to help, the more confusing your message is, the less money you make, the less sales you make. And I meet those businesses all the time. So number 3 reason why you can't pick a niche and you can't focus is you're taking proximity advice. So meaning you're looking around you for advice on business strategy. And either you're asking, people in your peer groups who are not in those groups that you could target, or you're asking peer groups who have no training in marketing strategy, or you're looking at competitors and seeing, oh my God, if they did it and it worked for them, then we can do it and it might work for us. So, or well-meaning friends and relatives. I had so many clients whose friends and relatives would tell them, no, that's not the right way to go. No, that's... And yet, the strategy that, I teach you how to find is by asking the market. That is the whole methodology that I teach. And I always say the market is never wrong, but your friends could be very wrong. So because they're not the target, they're not the majority, and they're not trained. So I feel that this is true for not just marketing, but for any issue. I really don't believe in taking proximity advice for child rearing or health or anything. I'm really a proponent of going and finding out from the experts, because not only have they logged thousands, hopefully over 10,000 hours to become an expert in that one thing, but they've seen multitude of cases, and they have made mistakes in whatever it is that you're trying to solve, and they've learned from it. And I have actually a blog that's called I'm Selling My Mistakes, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm selling my mistakes. And so whenever you're doing your marketing strategy or your niching strategy, go and find the expert. I'm an expert in those things, so find someone like me, or find me and come and talk to me. Don't get proximity advice from everybody around you. So reason number 4 why companies find it really hard to find a niche is they think they already know the answer. So this is a really common one. When I meet clients who've been in that industry, who've owned a successful business for decades, they're really not willing to look at any other possibility of something different being true in the market, or that oh my God, I can't even talk today. They're unwilling to look at the possibility of there being another viable and even bigger, more viable niche that they haven't already uncovered, because to their mind, I've been doing this for decades. How could it be any different? And yet so many of my clients discover so many new niches. I mean, that whole, on hold rescue was not something that any of us could have guessed if that research wasn't done in the market, and the market never lies. So the genius is in doing the right, taking the right steps and doing the right process to elicit whatever the market needs from you, and marry it to what your capabilities are, and then find the lowest hanging fruit in the market so that you can actually capture the gap in the market, own that gap in the market as quickly as you can, and then dominate that gap in the market with your thought leadership, your presence, your visibility, and your content in the market. That is the formula to owning your niche and becoming an expert in your niche. And lastly, the 5th reason why you're finding it really difficult to focus your business and find a niche is because you just don't know how. If you don't know how, some people don't even know what they don't know. So one, they don't even know that they're supposed to niche. They don't even know that is the number one way to differentiate. They don't even know that is the number one way to grow faster, is to shrink your focus. But fine, let's say you've heard a speaker, or you've heard me going on and on about it. They just don't know how. They're like, okay, fine, you're telling me I'm supposed to niche, but how am I supposed to niche? And yet there are so few resources that I've found in terms of, coaching programs or books or whatever it is that actually tell you how to find the niche. And the niche has to be the gap in the market. The gap in the market is the unmet demand. So there is nobody else who's serving that demand in exactly that same way in that target. So there is a way to do that. I learned how to do that when I used to launch 7 to 10 new products for Pepsi, Pizza Hut, Frito-Lay every year for the last 18 years. And every time we launched a new product, we had to find the gap in the market where it sat, so we could price it, so we could position it so that when we sold it, it wouldn't cannibalize the existing product sales in the umbrella on the same shelf or near the same shelf. So that's how I learned about how to do niching, how to develop niches, how to find niches, and then how to brand them so that we can sell them. So now I do that for other businesses. Now, if you were registered for my last masterclass, the Lead Gen Masterclass, how to use your elevator pitch to leverage how to leverage your elevator pitch to get more leads, we're doing it again. If you were registered and you want to do a repeat, or you were registered and you couldn't attend, we're doing it again on June the 24th. So just a couple of weeks. I think it's in 3 weeks, and it's going to be, you can register at repositioner.com/leadgen, all one word, and it's going to be at noon Eastern, and it's 90 minutes. And we will be teaching you all the steps of everything that I'm talking about: how to find your niche, how to find your perfect target, how to find the sweet spot that you deliver of what you want to become a thought leader in, and all those delicious things that you need to know in order to grow and grow fast. Clarity is money, you guys. So that is my Tuesday tea with Chala. And I have nothing to tell you this week about dieting, because I have not been dieting. I am trying to reverse diet. Like everything is tight. All my clothes are really tight. Things are bulging everywhere. It is very uncomfortable, but I am really trying to work my mindset to stop dieting, because I've been dieting nonstop for 4 years, and I abused that privilege. I abused my system, my body, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to have the same physique year in, year out, without deprivation and without like extra effort. I want it to be a lifestyle. I'm lifting heavier. I bought adjustable weights. They're really cool. So hopefully, this is all going to go well, and you'll see. Hopefully you'll see it's going to be a good one. So that's my Tuesday tea time with Chala. Please let us know if you have any questions, and sign up for the masterclass, and I can't wait to see you there. And next Tuesday. Take care.